The legal net is tightening around Julian Assange, the man at the centre of an international cyber drama. For more than a week, Assange and his WikiLeaks website have caused diplomatic chaos by publishing thousands of leaked American cables. But tonight, Mr. Assange's lawyer says he is making arrangements for his client to be interviewed by British police after UK authorities received an arrest warrant for him from Sweden, stemming from allegations of rape. The BBC's Gordon Carrera reports.
Today, the battle between WikiLeaks and the authorities intensified. An extradition warrant for the website's founder, Julian Assange, arrived at Britain's Serious Organised Crime Agency this afternoon. A wanted poster has also been placed on the Interpol website. He's believed to be in Britain and could be arrested by Metropolitan Police at any time.
We are in the process of making arrangements to meet with the police by consent in order to facilitate the taking of that question and answer that's needed.
Assange is wanted for questioning in Sweden, not because of his website, but over sexual assault charges. Charges his supporters say are the result of political pressure and part of a wider campaign against him.
There have been threats to his life. There has been an incitement to commit murder by people in high places, which is outrageous. And under the circumstances, it's quite normal that he will keep a low profile.
Today, there was a reminder about what's worrying the authorities. A new leak, some say the most dangerous. It consists of a list of locations around the world considered critical to US security. In the UK alone, more than a dozen sites around the country are identified. They include a BAE Systems facility in Lancashire, described as critical to the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, and the landing points for a transatlantic communications cable in Cornwall. Abroad, there's also an insulin production plant in Denmark and a Russian gas pipeline junction, considered to be the largest in the world.
You may have your own view as to what will damage the United States, but when you get hold of a document which may reflect the official American view as to what damage to infrastructure in other countries could have a knock-on effect in America, that is very viable information.
Where previous cables have delivered diplomatic red faces and embarrassment, this one reveals what Washington considers to be its vulnerabilities to terrorism. And the pressure there is growing to find a way to end the leaks.
We have a very serious criminal investigation that's underway, and we're looking at all of the things that we can do to try to stem the flow of this information.
One of Julian Assange's bank accounts in Switzerland was closed today, and the WikiLeaks website came under a cyber attack in Sweden. Both sides may be upping the ante. Gordon Carrera, BBC News.
High drama there, and the unmasking of those critical national security sites is just one of the new revelations still coming out of WikiLeaks. In the latest batch of leaked cables, there is new insight into what the West thinks of Russia, and they reveal that NATO is planning to defend Poland and other border states from any possible invasion. Our diplomatic correspondent James Robbins has all the details.
Handshakes between American and Russian leaders are what the public usually see. Relations have recently been reset to stress cooperation, but according to secret US cables revealed by WikiLeaks and released by The Guardian tonight, the United States and its NATO allies agreed earlier this year to expand their defense planning against possible Russian invasion. It was the site of Russian tanks in Georgia during the 2008 invasion which really rattled those NATO countries who'd been part of the Soviet Warsaw Pact until the collapse of communism 20 years ago. And it's the tiny Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia which feel especially vulnerable to Russian pressure. Joining NATO gave them the guarantee of alliance protection, but it's only this year they got a specific plan. One cable from Hillary Clinton in January this year, marked secret, announces, on January the 22nd, NATO allies agreed in the Military Committee to expand the NATO contingency plan for Poland, Eagle Guardian, to include the defence and reinforcement of the Baltic states. But America's Secretary of State also makes clear the military plans are secret. A public discussion would also likely lead to an unnecessary increase in NATO-Russia tensions. And another US cable reports the delighted reaction of a senior Estonian official. Tisalu welcomed the information and called it an early Christmas present. Now, almost a year on, confirmation that NATO has put in place specific military plans to defend the Baltic states is not a complete surprise, but it's certainly embarrassing for the United States on at least two levels. First, it demonstrates America's failure to protect NATO's secrets. Second, it points again to a double policy: grave suspicion of Russia in private, expressions of warm cooperation in public. So this was Hillary Clinton apparently ending quarrels with Russia last year.
We want to reset our relationship.
But now it looks as if suspicion is much more the order of the day. James Robbins, BBC News.